Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Theorist, here with your host, JC Botero67, aka Vanity Pride. And you know how this goes. We're looking at the usual Tower of God, Season 2, Episode 304. So we're just gonna dive right into it. You guys do recall how we left off with Baum last chapter. He was piercing the thorn through himself, basically, and he was gonna develop this new form. Well, he actually did develop a new form. And this is what it looks like. So, as usual with SIU, we continued where we left off last chapter. And so, I'm guessing that's what Zahard saw. We didn't get to see Baum's full form last chapter, but we're seeing it now. And so, you know, I can see why Zahard was comparing it to the power of the administrator. So, I thought that was really cool. And, I mean, I'm just gonna say it right off the bat here, too. Main focus of this chapter is pretty much Baum versus Zahard. There was actually no appearance from Rachel or Kuhn, which I will touch base on a little bit later. And then we do get a small scene of the scale with Urek. But I don't want to get ahead of myself just yet. So we'll touch base on that scene a little bit later as well. But I do want to read this part of Baum and Zahard. It's not necessarily them interacting with each other, but it's more their thoughts. Starting with Baum. Did it work? Of course, he's asking in regards to, you know, his new form that he has right now. I feel tremendous power within me. It feels like my body's going to collapse any moment now. But I can stand it. For now. Let's not be afraid. And so he's forming this, like, black... I don't know, it almost reminds me of, like, an atom or something. But he's forming this, like, black mass-looking thing with his hands. It's really cool. And here Baum says, this is my power. And it's amazing how tremendous this power is. I mean, he's extending both arms out. Black is coming out from either hand, or both hands, I should say. So it's impressive. And it's enough to impress Zahard because he's sitting here like, wow. Or I guess standing here. He has the power to shake the world. Which is true. I definitely agree with that. I mean, he's got enough power to, like, frickin' rock this tower. Not just on the hidden floor, but just overall. I mean, that's why Fook was laying eyes on him and wanting to make them their candidate. And that's what ended up happening. All right, so this move that Baum is doing is called Baum-style Shinzu control skill, Endless Sky. And it is amazing how impressive of a move it is. I mean, to me, it's the highlight of this chapter, and overall, it's the highlight of this battle, because that powerful move is enough to frickin' get rid of Zahard's arm. Like, he destroyed his right arm. It's crazy. And so here, Zahard is expressing his thoughts that, you know, once his arm is destroyed, it cannot regenerate. But, you know, he's still amused about it. Zahard is just, like, pumped, and his heart is racing, and he's grinning because he's never faced an opponent like this before. So it's crazy, you know, how Zahard is reacting to all of this. You know, he's not upset. He's just excited. And so that causes Zahard to pull out Second Cosmos, only to have it be destroyed by another move that Baum comes up with, which is called Rapid Fire Shinzu Cannon. And he basically gets rid of Second Cosmos in one hit. And, like, I mean, that's what Zahard is saying. And, again, he's impressed by that as well. And as a result, Zahard is getting ready to bring out the third form of Coelacanth, that even Kuhn Edwan is advising Baum, like, hey, be careful. You know, this is what he's going to do. So Baum is using that black mass, matter, whatever you want to call it, using it to defend himself against this needle that Zahard is using. And eventually he creates what is called the triple orb. Again, something that Zahard, as he says himself, is stunned about. And, of course, we get to see Lecalicus's third form now. And the name of it is Leviathan. So it's a more electrical red, longer needle looking thing. It's really pretty. This is probably like my favorite form of Coelacanth, if we're being honest. You know, and it definitely takes on the colors of Zahard. I mean, I guess they're food colors as well, but I mean, just the intricacy of the patterns on here as well. Super cool, super cool. Kudos to Zahard for his cool blade there. Or needle, or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, so Bomb's third orb, or triple orb, I should say. Bomb's triple orb then becomes what is called the first thorn fragment transcendental skill. And I'm guessing that Zahard counterattacks with what is called the remnants of Star's Stardust. So both those powers combined are enough to wreck up this stadium even more. And basically, they both kind of pass out for a moment. And in this image here, Bomb is seen lying right next to the final core. So Khun Edwan is like, hey, wake up, son of V, because that core is right next to you. And I mean, in this image here as well, you can see Bomb and Zahard, like, they're bleeding, their clothes are torn apart, just because they used so much energy and so much effort into those powerful ass moves. So I don't blame them for passing out for a quick minute. And then here you see both their eyes open up. And of course, that is where we leave off with them, because SIU likes to leave us in suspense. But hey, that's good because it keeps us hooked. So anyway, like I said, we don't know what's going to happen to them next because this is where we leave off with them. So we're just going to have to wait until next chapter to see what happens. But, I mean, hopefully Bomb is able to destroy that final, not orb, that final core. Because if he doesn't, he's in some deep trouble. But I mean, who knows? Like, even if Zahard were to destroy it, because I kind of have a feeling that he will, because he's so excited about Bomb and because he's really enjoying this battle with Bomb, I feel like Zahard will kind of loosen up the rules and, you know, test Bomb in some other way. I don't know. That's my thought. But again, we'll see what happens. So now we go to the scale and Urek. So starting with the scale, I guess the scale wakes up or something, or I don't know. I guess seeing Bomb and Zahard with their eyes closed just makes me think like everyone was sleeping. I don't know. But anyway, the scale is like, what the hell? Where am I? I was going to copy this new world appearing before me, but a bug occurred and I got dragged into here. Where the heck is this place? And then Urek responds, well, it's a place known as the Bug Room. The Bug Room? When did a space that ruins the balance of this level appear? And who the hell are you? I guess you could call me a bug character, ruining the balance in this tower. And we leave off with this awesome image of Urek Mazino, or I guess the sworn enemy of Urek Mazino. It still kind of throws me off a little bit because I really want to call him Urek, even though he's not, and even though he is. So, you know, I guess it's, now that I think about it though, I didn't think about this before. I don't know if I even said this in that review where we first met the sworn enemy of Urek, but it's really funny how Urek's sworn enemy was himself and Bomb's sworn enemy was himself as well. You know? It's interesting. Maybe it's an irregular thing. I was going to point out the whole Rachel thing, but I mean, I keep getting told that Rachel, there's no way that she would have a sworn enemy. I wish she would. That'd be kind of cool. And I'm curious if it would be herself. But anyway, speaking of Rachel, though, it's really funny because I wanted to start off this chapter by talking about this dream that I had last night, but I figured I would save it for the end better off. So anyway, jumping into that dream, I had a dream that we were with other characters. So it was chapter 304 of season 2 of Tower of God, but it started us off with different characters in another part of the tower. I don't remember what the characters look like. I don't remember what this other area of the tower looked like, but that's what I gathered from my dream. It was really weird. And all I kept thinking was like, there's no Rachel or Khun or Bomb or Zahard in this chapter, right? And then when I got to the end of the chapter, yeah, it was nothing. I think it was like a pretty short chapter, and it was just introducing us to new characters and some other floor on this tower. But yeah, no signs of like the important characters, you know what I mean? Not to bash on other characters and say they're not important, but I mean for what's going on right now, because obviously Bomb Zahard is getting showcased every chapter because there's this huge battle going on between them. So obviously that's vital. to the chapters and the story overall. But yeah, like, you know, and Rachel and Kun, because we really want to find out what the hell does Rachel have up her sleeve. You know, is Kun okay? Is he going to be okay? Is he going to live and get through this? So yeah, I don't know. I guess my dreams are kind of coinciding with, you know, the chapter release, and it's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? So anyway, we'll see if my dream is like a premonition too, because maybe in a few chapters up ahead, that'll happen where SIU just totally like turns things around and is like, oh, well, you know, you're going to take a break from all this. Here's this. So we'll see if that happens. I think that'd be cool if my dream was kind of a premonition, even though I don't remember many details from it. But I do want to finish this review with Rachel and Kun. Because, yeah, I mean, I thought it was crazy that, you know, SIU just kind of skipped over it and, you know, kind of brushed it aside. But, you know, hopefully next chapter we get it. I don't want it to be brushed aside for too long. So, you know, that's just all I had to say about Rachel or Kun. I didn't really have much more thoughts on that. I thought I had more, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. But anyway, if you guys have other thoughts and theories, if you agree with anything that I've predicted earlier this review, please feel free to comment below, and then be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also check out my social media. It'd be cool to, you know, link up on there and you know, talk Tower of God or talk other things. I don't know. I'm down for whatever. I know it's been asked of me before if I was going to review anything else beside Tower of God. I mean, with how busy I've been, I've only been able to focus on Tower of God, but I think it would be cool to delve into something new as well. I mean, I'll still review Tower of God, obviously, but, you know, maybe review something else, like, you know, side by side, I guess. So I was kind of thinking Noblesse. Noblesse is also a webcomic that is posted on Webtoons. It's also Korean. It's a pretty cool story, and I've actually fallen quite behind on it. So I'd have to, like, majorly catch up, but I could review from the point where I've left off. So if you guys are readers of Noblesse and would like me to review that, let me know. But yeah. Don't reveal spoilers to me, because I don't want to know. But I did leave off on a pretty major character death. He's related to somebody. I don't want to give away who it is, because I don't want to, you know, provide spoilers for other people, because I don't want spoilers myself. But that's my hint to you as to roughly around where I am in Noblesse. But anyway, enough about that. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to do these reviews, and like always, I love reading your guys' comments. I know I've been bad about responding to them. I keep saying that, and I really, really hope to respond to them. Hopefully tomorrow. I'll, like, you know, kind of crank out some responses to your guys' comments that you've left so far that have gone unanswered. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. It really means a lot to me, and have a great rest of your week. Peace. And so that causes bomb. Whoops. I don't want to get ahead of